The air in the room is thick. It tastes like expensive cigars and old grease. Elena feels the heat of the industrial kitchen behind her. Her uniform is too tight. The polyester scratches her neck. It leaves a red mark that stings when she moves. She carries a tray of crystal glasses. The tray is heavy. Her wrist muscles ache from the weight. The silver edges dig into her palms. She enters the main dining hall. The floor is slick. She focuses on her feet. She cannot fall. Not here. To fall here is to be noticed. And in this room, being noticed is a death sentence. At the center table sit the men. They wear suits that cost more than her life. They do not look at her. To them, she is a ghost. She is a tool that moves drinks. She moves to the table of the Volkov family. Her heart hits her ribs like a trapped bird. It is a frantic, hollow thumping. She sees the man on the end. He is reaching into his jacket. His movements are jagged. They are not smooth like a man reaching for a wallet. Elena sees the glint of black metal. It is a suppressed pistol. He is aiming it at the man across the room. The man across the room is Alessandro. People call him the Ghost of the North. He is the Dawn. He sits with his back to the wall. His face is a mask of cold skin. His eyes do not blink. Elena knows if she screams, the room will turn into a graveyard. Her throat feels dry. Her tongue is like sandpaper. She has to act. She tilts the tray. She lets the heavy bottle of red wine slip. The glass shatters. The sound is sharp. It hurts her ears. The red liquid hits the assassin's sleeve. It is cold and wet. He jumps back. He snarls. He looks at her with eyes that want to kill. Elena looks down. She makes her body small. She trembles. The shaking starts in her knees and moves to her hands. She thinks she is invisible. She thinks no one saw why she really fell. She counts her heartbeats. 1, 2, 3. She expects a bullet. She expects the end. But the room goes silent. The silence is heavy. It feels like a weight on her shoulders. It is the kind of silence that happens before a storm breaks. Then, a chair scrapes against the floor. The sound is loud. It is like a bone snapping. Alessandro stands up. He is tall. His shadow covers the table. It covers Elena. Elena feels the temperature in the room drop. Her skin prickles. She does not look up, but she feels him coming closer. His footsteps are slow. They are steady. Every step makes the floor vibrate. She can feel the thud of his boots through the soles of her cheap shoes. He stops in front of her. He doesn't look at the mess. He doesn't look at the wine. He looks at the man with the wet sleeve. Alessandro reaches out. He grabs Elena's chin. His fingers are calloused. They are warm. He forces her to look at him. His eyes are dark. They are like deep water at night. They search her face. Elena's breath hitches. She forgets how to exhale. Her lungs burn for air, but she is too afraid to take it. "You have a sharp eye," Alessandro says. His voice is low. It vibrates in her chest. He turns to his guards. He points at the man with the wine-stained suit. "Take him to the basement. Make it slow. I want to hear him from the garden." The room erupts. Men are moving. Chairs are flipping. Elena is frozen. She feels a hand on her waist. It is firm. It pulls her toward the exit. She is being taken. She doesn't know where. Her feet move on autopilot. The guard's fingers press into her hip bone. It hurts. She stumbles, but he doesn't slow down. Her shoulder hits a doorframe. The pain is sharp. It shoots down her arm. She bites her tongue to keep from crying out. The taste of copper fills her mouth. If you want to see if Elena survives the night in the lion's den, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss what the dawn has planned for her. They reach the black sedan. The door opens. The leather inside is hot from the sun. It smells like new car and iron. Alessandro pushes her inside. He sits next to her. The space is small. His shoulder brushes hers. It feels like an electric shock. The car moves fast. Elena's stomach drops. She watches the city lights blur through the window. Her head spins. The world outside is a smear of gray and yellow. Inside, it is just the sound of Alessandro's breathing. It is calm. It is terrifying. The car hits a pothole. Elena's head bounces against the window. The glass is cold against her temple. She feels a bruise forming already. Her neck is stiff from holding herself upright. She doesn't want to lean back. She doesn't want to relax. Alessandro lights a cigarette. The smell fills the car. It burns her nose. The smoke makes her eyes water. She blinks hard. She doesn't want him to think she is crying. They arrive at a tall gate. It moans as it opens. The car stops. Alessandro gets out. He doesn't wait. He expects her to follow. Elena steps onto the gravel. The stones are sharp through her thin shoes. They poke at her arches. She follows him into a house that feels like a tomb. It is quiet. The air is still. It tastes like dust and expensive wax. He leads her to a study. He sits behind a heavy oak desk. He watches her. He does not speak for a long time. The clock on the wall ticks. It sounds like a hammer. Elena's feet ache. She has been standing for 12 hours at the restaurant. Now she stands here. She shifts her weight. Her knees feel loose. They might give out. Her lower back throbs. The pain pulses with each heartbeat. She clenches her jaw. She will not sit unless he tells her to. She will not show weakness. "Who taught you to spot a hit?" he asks. Elena's throat is tight. She swallows hard. It feels like swallowing a stone. She tells him she grew up in the streets. You learn to watch hands or you die. You learn to see the bulge of a blade under a shirt. You learn to see the person who is looking at the exits instead of the food. Alessandro nods. He leans forward. The light hits his face. He has a scar near his temple. He tells her she is not going back to the restaurant. She belongs to him now. She is his eyes. She is the shadow that watches the shadows. Elena's chest tightens. She cannot breathe deeply. The corset of her uniform digs into her ribs. She wants to ask questions. She wants to run. But her legs will not move. They feel like cement. Alessandro stands. He walks to a cabinet. He pours 2 glasses of amber liquid. He hands one to her. She takes it. The glass is heavy crystal. It is cold in her palm. She drinks. The liquid burns her throat. It burns all the way down to her stomach. She coughs. Her eyes water again. Alessandro smiles. It is not a kind smile. It is the smile of a man who owns things. He tells her to follow him. They walk down a long hallway. The carpet is thick. It swallows the sound of their footsteps. Elena's legs shake with each step. Her muscles are exhausted. They arrive at a bedroom. He opens the door. He tells her this is hers now. He leaves. The door closes behind him. Elena hears the lock click. The next morning, Elena wakes up in a bed that is too soft. The sheets are silk. They feel like water against her skin. It is a strange feeling. She is used to rough cotton and springs that poke her back. But she feels like a prisoner. The walls are thick. The door is heavy wood. A woman enters. She does not smile. She drops a suit on the bed. It is black. It is tactical. It has pockets for knives. It feels heavy in Elena's hands. She puts it on. The fabric is stiff. It holds her upright. It feels like armor. The woman braids Elena's hair. She pulls tight. Elena's scalp burns. The woman does not apologize. She pins the braid against Elena's head. The pins dig into her skull. Elena blinks back tears. The woman leaves. Elena looks in the mirror. She does not recognize herself. She looks hard. She looks dangerous. She meets Alessandro in the courtyard. The sun is bright. It burns her eyes. The light reflects off the white stone. He hands her a pair of binoculars. He points to a park across the street. He tells her to find the threats. Elena looks. Her eyes ache from the strain. She sees a man on a bench. He is reading a newspaper. But he isn't turning the pages. He has been on the same page for 10 minutes. She sees a woman pushing a stroller. The stroller is too light. It bounces too much on the gravel. There is no baby inside. There is a weight, but it doesn't move. Alessandro stands behind her. He breathes against her neck. It is a steady, hot rhythm. He tells her she is doing well. He places his hand over hers on the binoculars. His grip is steady. His skin is rough like sandpaper. Elena feels a strange heat. It isn't just the sun. It's him. She is starting to forget why she was afraid. She is starting to feel the power of being the one who sees. He moves his hand to her shoulder. His thumb presses into the muscle there. It is tight from holding the binoculars. He presses harder. The pain is sharp, but then it releases. Elena exhales. She didn't realize she was holding her breath. Alessandro tells her to keep watching. She does. Her eyes burn. The sun is too bright. She doesn't blink. She will not miss anything. If you are enjoying this rise to power, leave a comment below with the word loyalty, so I know you're still with us. Your engagement helps the Don grow his empire. Weeks pass. The days are a blur of training. Elena's body changes. Her muscles become lean. Her hands become steady. She no longer trembles when she sees a weapon. She learns the weight of a Glock 17. She learns how the metal feels when it is hot from firing. She lives in the shadows of the dawn. She sits in the back of meeting rooms. She watches the hands of every man who enters. Her neck is always stiff. She is always on guard. She sees things the guards miss. She sees the way a man grips his pen too tight. She sees the sweat on a forehead in a cold room. She is becoming a weapon that Alessandro keeps hidden in plain sight. Her palms develop calluses from the gun range. The skin cracks and bleeds. She wraps them at night. The bandages stick to the dried blood. In the morning she rips them off. The pain makes her gasp, but she does not cry out. She fires 500 rounds a day. Her ears ring constantly. Even in silence she hears a high-pitched whine. Her right shoulder is purple and green from the recoil. She cannot sleep on that side anymore. Alessandro takes her to meetings. She stands behind him. She does not speak. Men come and go. They talk numbers. They talk territories. They talk about people who need to disappear. Elena listens. She memorizes faces. She memorizes names. At night she writes them down. Her hand cramps from gripping the pen. Her fingers are stiff. She shakes them out. She keeps writing. One man comes often. His name is Dante. He looks at Elena too long. His eyes crawl over her body. It makes her skin feel dirty. She wants to shower. She wants to scrub until her skin is raw. But she stands still. She does not flinch. Alessandro notices. He always notices. After Dante leaves, Alessandro pulls Elena into his office. He pushes her against the wall. His body pins her there. He is not gentle. His hand wraps around her throat. He does not squeeze. He just holds her there. "You belong to me," he says. His breath smells like whiskey. "No one touches you. No one looks at you. Do you understand?" Elena nods. His hand is warm on her throat. She can feel her pulse against his palm. It is fast. He releases her. He steps back. Elena's legs feel weak. She leans against the wall. The plaster is cool. It helps. Alessandro pours a drink. He does not offer her one this time. He drinks it in one swallow. He tells her to go to bed. She does. That night Elena lies awake. The bed is too soft. She sinks into it. It feels like drowning. Her body aches in new places. Her hips hurt from the holster she wears all day. Her ribs are sore from the Kevlar vest. She rolls onto her side. The silk sheets slide against her skin. They feel wrong. She misses the scratchy blanket from her old apartment. She misses the sound of sirens outside her window. Here it is too quiet. The quiet is worse than noise. In the quiet she can hear her own thoughts. She thinks about the man from the restaurant. The one with the gun. She wonders if he screamed in the basement. She wonders if Alessandro really heard him from the garden. She pushes the thoughts away. She does not want to know. But the thoughts come back. They always come back. One night, they go to a gala. It is for a charity, but the guests are all criminals. The room is a sea of gold and velvet. The music is loud. It is a cello and a violin, but the bass thumps in Elena's ears. It feels like a second heartbeat. She wears a red dress. It is long. It trips her up when she walks too fast. It is made of silk that clings to her legs. She feels exposed. Alessandro stays close. He moves like a predator in a tuxedo. He smiles, but his eyes remain flat. They remain hungry. The dress has no pockets. Elena has a knife strapped to her thigh. The leather holster rubs against her skin. It will leave a mark. Her feet hurt. The heels are too high. They are thin and sharp. Each step sends pain through her ankles. Her toes are crammed into the pointed front. She cannot run in these shoes. She feels vulnerable. She hates it. Alessandro introduces her to people. She shakes hands. The men's hands are soft. They have never worked a day in their lives. The women's hands are cold. Their rings dig into Elena's fingers when they shake. Everyone smiles. No one means it. Elena smiles back. Her face hurts from holding the expression. Her jaw is tight. She will have a headache later. She sees a man at the bar. He looks familiar. The memory hits her like a punch to the stomach. It is the man from the restaurant. The one with the wine-stained sleeve. He was supposed to be dead. Alessandro had said he would be handled. Elena feels a cold sweat break out on her forehead. Her heart starts to race. The room begins to spin. She looks for the guards. They are all looking at the stage. They are distracted by a singer in a glittery dress. Elena's hands go numb. The feeling starts in her fingertips and spreads. Her vision narrows. She can only see the man at the bar. Everything else is a blur. Her breath comes in short gasps. She cannot get enough air. The corset of the dress is too tight. It squeezes her ribs. She needs to breathe. She needs to think. The man at the bar looks at her. He knows she sees him. He grins. It is a jagged, yellow grin. He raises a glass. It is a signal. Elena looks up. Above Alessandro, the massive crystal chandelier begins to groan. The metal is snapping. The sound is like dry branches breaking. Elena feels the floor shake. She doesn't think. She doesn't scream. She lunges. She tackles Alessandro. They hit the floor together. The impact knocks the wind out of her. Her lungs burn. Her ribs ache. Then, the crash. It sounds like a building collapsing. Thousands of pieces of glass fly through the air. They are like diamonds made of fire. They cut her arms. They cut her back. The pain is sharp. It is like 1,000 needles being driven into her skin at once. She feels the warm rush of blood soaking into her red dress. The glass cuts deep. Elena feels it slicing through the thin fabric. It cuts through skin. It cuts into muscle. Her back is on fire. Each breath makes the cut stretch open wider. Blood runs down her spine. It pools at the small of her back. The dress is wet. It sticks to her skin. Smoke fills the room. It is white and thick. It tastes like chemicals. People are screaming. It is a high, thin sound that won't stop. Elena is pinned under Alessandro. He is heavy. He smells like sweat and expensive cologne and anger. He rolls off her. He pulls his gun. The sound of the slide racking is the most beautiful thing she has ever heard. He starts firing. The sound is deafening. It echoes in the marble hall. Elena covers her ears. Her head throbs. He grabs her arm. He pulls her up. He doesn't care if she's hurt. He drags her through the smoke. Her feet stumble over broken glass. It crunches. The glass cuts through the thin soles of her heels. She feels it slice into her feet. Blood makes the floor slippery. She slides. Alessandro catches her. His grip on her arm is bruising. She will have fingerprints on her skin tomorrow. They reach the back exit. The cool night air hits her face. It feels like life returning to her body. He throws her into the car. He is shouting orders into a radio. His voice is a snarl. He is livid. Someone betrayed him. Someone let that man live. Someone inside his own house. The car seat is cold. It makes Elena shiver. Her back screams when she leans against it. The cuts are full of glass. She can feel the shards embedded in her skin. Each bump in the road makes them shift. She bites her lip to keep from crying out. She tastes blood. She bit through the skin. They get back to the fortress. The lights are all on. They are blinding. Alessandro is pacing. He looks like a caged animal. He kicks a chair. It shatters against the wall. He stops in front of Elena. He sees the blood on her dress. He sees the glass glinting in her hair. His face softens for a split second. It is a tiny crack in the mask. He reaches out and touches her cheek. His thumb is rough. It wipes away a tear she didn't know she shed. "You saved me again," he whispers. His voice is jagged. It is full of a dark, heavy emotion. Elena's eyes fill with tears. The adrenaline is leaving her. She starts to shake. She can't stop her hands. They vibrate like a tuning fork. He pulls her into his chest. He holds her tight. His suit is hard against her face. She feels his heart beating. It is fast. It is loud. It is the only thing she can hear. His arms wrap around her back. He presses against the cuts. The pain makes Elena gasp. But he doesn't let go. He holds her tighter. She feels glass grinding deeper. Her vision goes white. Then black spots. She thinks she might pass out. But she doesn't. She stands there. She lets him hold her. He tells her he knows who did it. It was his second in command, Marco. The man he trusted for 10 years. Alessandro tells her he is going to finish it tonight. He says the city needs to see the price of treason. And he wants her there to watch. He says she needs to see what happens to traitors so she never becomes one. Elena feels a cold lump in her throat. She doesn't want to see. She wants to go back to the silk sheets and forget the smell of smoke. But she can't leave. She is part of the machine now. A woman comes. She is a doctor. She does not speak. She cuts the dress off Elena's body. The fabric peels away from the wounds. It takes dried blood with it. Elena grits her teeth. The doctor works fast. She pulls glass from Elena's back with tweezers. Each piece feels like it is the size of a boulder. The doctor does not use anesthetic. She just pulls. Elena grips the arms of the chair. Her knuckles turn white. She does not scream. She will not scream. The doctor pours antiseptic on the wounds. It burns worse than the glass. Elena's vision goes white. She cannot see. She can only feel the burning. It spreads across her entire back. She digs her nails into the leather chair. She hears the fabric rip. The doctor stitches the deeper cuts. Elena feels the needle going in and out. She feels the thread pulling her skin together. She counts the stitches. 15. 20. 30. She loses count. When the doctor is done, she wraps Elena's back in gauze. She tapes it down. The tape pulls at Elena's skin. The doctor leaves. Elena sits in the chair. She cannot move. Her back is stiff. The gauze is tight. She feels like she is wrapped in concrete. If you're on the edge of your seat, smash that like button and drop a comment telling us if you think Elena should trust Alessandro. Your comments fuel this story. Alessandro comes back. He has changed clothes. He wears all black. He looks at Elena. She is still in her underwear. The red dress is a pile of bloody rags on the floor. He hands her clothes. Black pants. Black shirt. Black boots. She puts them on slowly. Every movement pulls at the stitches. She feels them stretching. She is afraid they will tear. They go to the docks. The water is black. It looks like oil. It smells like salt and rotten old fish. The wind is biting. It cuts through Elena's thin shirt. She shivers so hard her teeth click. The cold makes her back hurt worse. The muscles are tight. They pull at the cuts. She wraps her arms around herself. It doesn't help. They find Marco tied to a chair on a rusted pier. He is bleeding. He is pleading. His voice is annoying. It sounds like a buzzing fly. Alessandro doesn't speak. He just stands there, watching the waves. Then he looks at Elena. Marco's face is swollen. His eyes are almost shut. Blood runs from his nose. It drips onto his shirt. His hands are tied behind the chair. The rope is tight. It cuts into his wrists. His fingers are purple. Elena can see the bones in his hands. They look like they might break. Alessandro hands her his gun. The metal is oily. It is heavy. It feels like it weighs 100 pounds. He tells her to do it. He tells her this is her final test. If she wants to stay by his side, she has to cross the line. Elena's hand shakes. The gun feels like a lead weight pulling her down. She looks at Marco. She looks at Alessandro. His eyes are waiting. If she does this, there is no going back to the girl who poured wine. She will be a killer. She will be his property forever. The gun is cold. The cold spreads through Elena's hand. It goes up her arm. It reaches her chest. Her heart feels like ice. She looks at Marco. He is crying. The tears mix with the blood on his face. He is begging. He says he has a family. He says he has children. Elena does not want to hear this. She does not want to know. She feels Alessandro's breath on her ear. It is warm. It is a contrast to the freezing wind. Do it, little bird, he says. Claim your place. Or go back to the gutter. Elena closes her eyes. She feels the trigger under her finger. It is smooth and cold. She thinks about the restaurant. She thinks about the way the manager used to scream at her. She thinks about the hunger in her stomach. She doesn't want to go back. She pulls the trigger. The kickback hurts her wrist. It sends a jolt of pain up her arm. The sound is the only thing in the world. It swallows the wind. Then, silence. Just the sound of the black waves hitting the wood. Elena opens her eyes. Marco is slumped over. The buzzing has stopped. Alessandro takes the gun from her. He kisses her forehead. His lips are like ice. Welcome home, he says. Elena feels a strange numbness. It starts at her toes and moves up to her heart. It is a gray, hollow feeling. She isn't the girl who spills wine anymore. She is the woman who stands beside the ghost. She looks at the dark water. She knows she will never be warm again. But she knows she will never be afraid again. Fear is for people who have something to lose. She has lost everything but him. Her hand still holds the shape of the gun. Her fingers are curved. She cannot straighten them. They are locked. She tries to open her hand. It takes effort. When she finally does, her palm is red. There are deep lines where the gun pressed into her skin. She stares at her hand. It does not look like her hand anymore. The guards come. They untie Marco. His body falls forward. It hits the pier with a wet sound. Elena looks away. But she can still hear it. The guards drag him to the edge. They push him into the water. The splash is loud. Then nothing. The water swallows him. It is like he never existed. Alessandro puts his hand on Elena's shoulder. The weight of it makes her knees buckle. She locks them. She will not fall. He leads her back to the car. She walks like a robot. Her legs move but she does not feel them. She is somewhere else. She is watching herself from far away. If you love this journey into the dark side, smash that like button and let us know in the comments if Elena made the right choice. Did she gain power, or did she lose her soul? The sun begins to rise over the ocean. It is a pale, weak light. It is purple and orange, but it doesn't feel warm. Alessandro leads her back to the car. He opens the door for her. He treats her like a queen. He treats her like she is made of glass. But Elena knows the price. She looks at her hands. They are clean, but they feel dirty. They feel heavy. She sits in the leather seat. She watches the docks disappear. The drive back is silent. Alessandro smokes. Elena watches the sunrise. The colors spread across the sky. They are beautiful. But Elena cannot feel beauty anymore. Something inside her is broken. Or maybe it was always broken. Maybe she just never noticed before. They arrive at the fortress. Alessandro helps her out of the car. He walks her to her room. He opens the door. He tells her to rest. She nods. He leaves. She stands in the middle of the room. She does not know what to do. She looks at the bed. She looks at her hands. She goes to the bathroom. She turns on the shower. The water is hot. It fills the room with steam. She takes off her clothes. She looks in the mirror. Her back is covered in white gauze. Red spots are bleeding through. She looks at her face. It is pale. Her eyes are empty. She does not recognize the person looking back. She steps into the shower. The hot water hits her back. It soaks through the gauze. The heat makes the cuts burn. Elena stands under the water. She lets it run over her. She watches the water at her feet. It is pink. Then red. Then clear again. She thought no one saw the signal. She was wrong. The whole world was watching. And now, the whole world would fear her name as much as his. Alessandro takes her hand. He squeezes it. His grip is possessive. Elena squeezes back. She is his now. She belongs to the darkness. There is no going back to the light. Days pass. Elena does not leave her room. Food is brought to her. She does not eat much. Her stomach feels like a stone. Everything tastes like ash. She lies in bed. She stares at the ceiling. She counts the cracks in the plaster. There are 47. Alessandro comes to her room on the third day. He sits on the edge of her bed. He does not speak. He just looks at her. Elena turns her head away. She does not want him to see her like this. But he reaches out. He turns her face back to him. His hand is warm. "You did well," he says. His voice is soft. It is almost kind. "I am proud of you." Elena's eyes fill with tears. They spill over. They run down her temples into her hair. Alessandro wipes them away with his thumb. He leans down. He kisses her forehead. Then her cheek. Then her lips. His mouth is warm. It tastes like whiskey and cigarettes. Elena does not pull away. She kisses him back. He pulls her close. His hands are careful of her back. He holds her like she might break. Elena wraps her arms around him. She holds on tight. She needs something solid. She needs something real. He is the only real thing left. They stay like that for a long time. The sun moves across the floor. The light changes from orange to white to gold. Alessandro does not let go. Elena does not want him to. She knows what she is. She knows what he is. But in this moment, they are just two people holding on in the dark. When he finally pulls away, his eyes are different. They are softer. There is something in them that Elena has never seen before. It might be affection. It might be possession. She cannot tell the difference anymore. "You are mine," he says. "And I take care of what is mine." Elena nods. She knows this. She has always known this. From the moment he grabbed her chin in the restaurant. From the moment she pulled the trigger. She is his. Body and soul. Alessandro stands. He tells her to get dressed. He tells her they have work to do. The city does not stop. The enemies do not sleep. Elena gets up. Her back still hurts. The cuts are healing but they pull when she moves. She ignores the pain. Pain is just a feeling. It will pass. She puts on her black suit. She braids her hair. She looks in the mirror. The woman looking back is hard. She is cold. She is a weapon. Elena smiles. It is not a happy smile. It is the smile of someone who has accepted their fate. She meets Alessandro in the courtyard. The sun is setting. The sky is red. It looks like blood. Alessandro hands her a new gun. It is smaller than his. It fits her hand perfectly. He tells her this is hers. She will carry it always. Elena takes the gun. She checks the chamber. She checks the safety. She slides it into her holster. It feels right. They get into the car. They drive into the city. The lights are coming on. The streets are full of people. They do not know who is driving past them. They do not know the ghost is among them. Elena watches them through the window. They look happy. They look free. She does not remember what that feels like. They stop at a warehouse. Alessandro gets out. Elena follows. Inside, men are waiting. They stand when Alessandro enters. They nod to him. They glance at Elena. Some of them know what she did. She can see it in their eyes. They look at her differently now. They look at her with respect. Or fear. It is hard to tell. Alessandro talks business. Elena stands behind him. She watches the room. She watches the hands. She watches the exits. She sees everything. One man is nervous. His hands shake when he lights his cigarette. He drops the lighter. He picks it up too fast. Elena makes a note. She will tell Alessandro later. The meeting ends. They go back to the car. Alessandro asks her what she saw. Elena tells him about the nervous man. Alessandro nods. He already knew. He was testing her. She passed. He tells her she is ready. Tomorrow she starts working for real. That night, Elena cannot sleep. Her mind is too full. She thinks about Marco. She thinks about the sound the gun made. She thinks about the way his body fell into the water. She wonders if he had children. She wonders if they will cry for him. She gets out of bed. She walks to the window. The moon is full. It is bright and cold. She looks at the garden below. It is beautiful. There are roses and fountains. It looks peaceful. But Elena knows what happens in the basement below the garden. She knows the screams that echo through the walls. She presses her hand against the glass. It is cold. She can see her breath fog the window. She draws a small circle in the fog. Then she erases it. She goes back to bed. She lies down. She closes her eyes. She does not sleep. She just waits for morning. The story is just beginning. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next chapter of their reign. Like this video if you want more stories from the underworld. Drop a comment with "Shadow" if you're ready to see Elena's full transformation. Thanks for watching.